Hi, this is Cassendre Xavier with part 3 of my raw angel transformation update. Subtitled Start Where You Are, Keep Going Wherever You End Up. So I was last talking about the economic benefits of being raw. So yeah, one of the reasons that being raw is a really helpful in increasing your financial abundance is that you are spiritually supported to have an abundant life. And I don't need to say very much about that because all you have to do is start eating the food and you'll experience it firsthand. So that's that. And another reason, just practically speaking, insofar as the man, human-made laws of money and how money works, insofar as how we do it in the world, is just practically speaking, there is a wealth of opportunity to make a living in raw foods in various ways, whether being a consultant or a coach or a chef or having a raw vegan catering outfit or little restaurant or a vending cart or something, or creating books and videos to help people on the path. My lips are so dry right now. Anyway, let's get a little coconut oil going here. So basically, yeah, raw vegan. I'm busy. That's why I do this on the sly. I gotta go. Busk. Anywho, so that being said, going from raw, and I had been making certain progress in my finances, and then yawning and going to full cooked again. Boy, am I feeling it. Yeah, so that's a thing I wanted to share. So that's part of my challenge. So I've been experiencing things from being fully cooked. So for the last several weeks, I have been eating a high percentage of cooked food and not enough raw food, and I've been feeling it economically, I've been feeling it physically, and emotionally. So I've been depressed. Been economically challenged, and I believe that economic depression is depression. And I also want to say that I'm sure Bill Gates is not a raw vegan. I want to say that people can eat anything and live whatever kind of life. However, it just so happens that my story is, shortly before 2005, I received the spiritual knowing that I was not going to have my dreams come true or achieve everything I wanted to achieve until I was raw. It didn't say that I had to be 100% raw, it didn't say I had to be raw vegan, but it said until I was raw foodist. And I've definitely experienced that the more raw I've been, the better my life goes in various ways. When I'm a high percentage of raw food, I'm not depressed, I have more work, I have more joy, I have more of the things in life, including romance and companionship. Boink, boink, boink. Just kidding, it's a joke. Lighten up, people. Come on. Really. So anywho, I want to talk about fat. When I mention my weight and I mention I want to lose weight, it's not that I think that 194 is like this crazy high, oh my God, I know what that feels like to me. I know what when my body feels right. There are people who weigh a lot more than I do and who are much larger than I am and who feel great in their bodies, who feel confident, who feel flexible, who feel fine. I have a headache right now because I'm too heavy. I cannot really cross my legs comfortably right now. My rings don't fit me as well. I don't feel really confident. I don't feel supported mentally. Like I don't feel, I have to work way too hard just to basically break even. I have to pep talk myself constantly all day. And why? Because I've got a pasta in me right now. And I'm wheat allergic. You know what I mean? So it's basically, my goals are to lose weight, not because I think that I'm not very attractive at this weight, or not because I think that this weight, it's not healthy for me. Like I know how my body is responding to it and it's not healthy for me. So those are what I want to say. So I just say those figures, but it's totally up to you what works for you. So it's not a judgment at all. If you weigh if you weigh 220 and you're happy and beautiful and healthy, wonderful. If you weigh whatever, those are my figures for me. So I guess I want to now say, since this is going to be the last posting of this thing, I want to say what I'm going to doing. What I've prioritized is going back to meetings and working the program of recovery from compulsive overeating and doing service and using all the tools of recovery and, being a very high percentage raw again, doing the other things that I do to, increasing my exercise and doing all those things. And to that end, I want to say that what helped me achieve the results that I did before, the releasing of 30 pounds and all these things, is focusing on when I had done it before. Because I had realized for weeks and weeks I'd been just thinking, oh, I'm so heavy, I'm so out of shape, I'm so, whatever. And it wasn't really helping to motivate me to get to that place of making a difference about it. But when I started remembering when I lived at Arnold's Way, when I worked at Arnold's Way, when I lived in Arnold's Raw Supportive House, when I was losing weight, and what my life was like then, how empowering it was, how sexy it was. And by sexy, I mean, you ever hear business people look at an ad and they say, that's sexy? That's kind of what I mean. I'm not using that term to mean exactly what it sounds like. I'm using it in a very broad term to mean desirable, good stuff. So that's what I'm focusing on. I'm remembering, so the whole start where you are, this is a nice way to wrap up. Start where you are and keep going where you're at. The start where you are thing, I was going to support group meetings for compulsive overeating for weeks and weeks and weeks before I started actually doing the program or becoming abstinent from compulsive overeating. So, and by the way, my story is just that I'm recovering from compulsive overeating, and I'm using raw foods as my primary tool. And the reason it's called Raw Angel Transformation is because the angels helped me get into this program. And so I'm using spirituality, angels, raw vegan food to achieve my dreams of becoming a very successful world-traveling singer and achieve the ideal weight and things like this. So I would go to meetings. And after a meeting, I would walk to a restaurant and stuff my face until it was hurtful, till it hurt. Then I would go home. And even then, I knew I was making progress. I would go to another meeting, and then that would happen again. And then at some point, I went to a meeting, and I did not go to the restaurant. Then at some point, I started leading meetings, and at some point, you know what I mean? So before you know it, I started becoming abstinent and counting the days and collecting the chips and sponsoring people, or rather helping other people in the program, and making progress. So that's what I'm doing now again, even though my stomach hurts because it's full, and I'm anxious because I feel like I want to eat again before I go out, and I feel like I want to cry, and I have a headache, and I don't feel flexible, and I'm anxious, and I'm nervous, and with all of that, I have faith, and I have hope, and I have an amazing program, and I'm very grateful for everything, and I'm grateful for you for being part of the journey with me. So I wish you the best. I hope that you stay focused on what you want, and enjoy the journey, because that's really what it's all about. So I'm very grateful for being here today, right now, exactly as I am. That's a beautiful life. So thanks for listening.